One of the things that we do at Wanniassa School is have the students working with their passion. That way we're able to personalise the learning to meet their needs.
I asked them a series of questions about how they learn best and what their learning style is and what their challenges and successes were for that term. And I've been blown away by how reflective the students have been, how well they know themselves and can articulate to me the ways they like to learn best.
I can look at the students' individual strengths and weaknesses and cater a program that fits them. If they need extension in a certain area or extra support in an area, I can modify the program for them individually.
They assess themselves so accurately in the same way that I would assess them, so it's great to see how perceptive they can be and how they can take control of their own learning in that way.
It's helped a lot of them display independent learning to ensure that their tasks are complete, so when they meet with me they're proud of their efforts. They also take their learning home to show their parents, and their parents actually sign off fortnightly to say they're aware of what's happened within the classroom.
There could be a certain subject that I don't understand, so I'll go to him and then he could explain it, then I'd get a clear picture in my mind.
Having personalised learning means that we have the space and time to explain to students that leadership comes in different forms and different sizes, and it's an important process that they're leaders within their school, they're leaders within their community, but most importantly that they're leaders within their own education.
Teachers work very closely with students in order to get to know them really well, and it's through that knowledge and that relationship that they develop with students that we're able to support every student in their own individual learning.
That's a powerful thing for a young person to have a mentor, and that's ultimately in personalised learning that you do want a mentor teacher, someone that's going to be your prime advocate and your chief critic, and that there's enough relationship there that they take the criticism on.
She's very approachable, so I can tell her almost anything. I can go, Shirley, I haven't really been having a great day. I just kind of need to stop and think about things, or I don't really know if this is what I want to do. And she's been incredibly supportive, and because she knows so much about me and my learning styles and how I function, she's managed to help me work out ways that show me what I can do.
You need to know when the bad days are, and you need to know when they're fragile and when they're open to those moments, and you can't do that if you don't know anything about the student.
We recognise every student as an individual.
I've just been able to come out of my shell a little bit more and be who I am, so I think that's something that I'm very proud about.
There were people around her that said, it's okay for you to change your mind, it's okay for you to move in a different direction, because no learning is wasted. Every step that you take in your life will lead you to where you want to go.
A really important part of our teachers' work is to work with students and help them reflect on their learning.
A lot of them recognise where they need help, and they are much more open to asking me for help in those areas, but they also know that when they're okay to fly with something, that I'll leave them alone and let them get on with it.
The student motivation and engagement through these times is so high that they want to work successfully, and we've had a lot of discussions about what that looks like. So I have some children that like to sit together in a group so they can bounce ideas off one another. I have other children that like to just get away from it all and sit by themselves.
I'm one of those kids that get easily distracted, but sometimes if I find a good enough place, then I can just go and sit there and work.
That's an incredibly proud moment as a teacher, that they have become independent and strong within their own learning, that this is what I want and I know how to go about it now. I don't need you to find that information. I don't need you to figure this out for me. I'm going to do it on my own because I have the strength within myself to do that.
The most powerful learning that our students do is learning to be lifelong learners.
At the end of the day, it's their learning and they need to be in control of it, and they need to have the internal motivation to keep going.